Are we doing black and thrash? Or is it thrash and black? Or blash and thrack? No, thrack and blash. I think that'll work. That'll do it. It's 1349. It's going to be fun.
You are now watching Music the Lifeblood's Vinyl Thursday.
Hey guys, it's Dustin for Music the Lifeblood. Welcome to Vinyl Thursday. So, as per usual, I'm super behind, but we're talking about the Infernal Pathway by 1349, which has been out for, I don't know, like a year now. But, yeah, I picked up a copy of it, and I was excited about it. So, let's talk about it. Thought about doing a big, long, fancy rundown of 1349, but I'll be real honest, I don't feel like it. So, 1349, they formed in 1997. They're from Oslo. Their drummer is a guy named Frost. He's super duper fast. He also plays in a band called Satyricon. Black metal, blah, 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 blah. So, there you go. Now, I caught some of the scuttlebutt. I worked scuttlebutt in there, so that's fun. Anyway, a lot of people were talking about the thrash element on this album, but for me, I think it's been there. It's kind of prevalent in the back catalog as far back as maybe Liberation and Beyond the Apocalypse. It's just there. But to me, yeah, the Infernal Pathway, it's a black metal album, so there's that. Now, worth noting is that 1349 retained that sort of black metal thing that got them where they are. But the interesting thing about the second wave is that as we sort of careened further into the 90s, the production style got cleaned up. It became polished in some ways. Now, does that polished production style work in all of black metal? No, absolutely not. Huge no on that. However, given 1349's pronounced tech elements to the way that they just write songs, compositions, just all of that as far as their playing ability, I can definitely see why that polished production style is attractive to them. Now, that said, part of the reason the old 1349 catalog, everything, you know, in the early days of the band, I think part of the reason Liberation rips so much is the crass production style. It enhances the atmosphere, and we all know atmosphere is extremely important when it comes to black metal. Anyway, I like the album. I think it's good. You guys should definitely check it out. I even like the little interlude thingies we have sprinkled throughout the album. There's a handful of them, which kind of set up the motif, the black metal motif, which is that black metal with a French accent? Was that what I was doing? But anyway, my favorite song so far is Enter Cold Void Dreaming. So check that one out. All right, before we open up my copy, let's check out some of the online info regarding the assorted colors of this album. The rainbow of pressings for the Infernal Pathway. Can you have a rainbow in black metal? Can we do that? Is that a thing? Can you review a black metal album wearing a Def Leppard t-shirt? I made myself laugh. Yeah. Okay, guys, so the first thing I want to check out is the 1349 Bandcamp. You guys know I'm a huge Bandcamp fan. I do a lot of crawling around on it, find all kinds of great music that I absolutely love. So anyway, if you're not on the Bandcamp train, get your ass in gear and go check it out. Anyway, there's part of the main page. Scroll down a little bit, you can see some of the other stuff available. They've got some shirts, merch, cassettes. Looks like they got a little enamel pin right there. That's fun. That's neat. Check that out. Good times. Anyway, so as far as this version of the album, the first thing up is the red version. This is the one I got, so we're going to take a look at it here in a second. But right there's the breakdown, $28 US dollars, by the way. The Infernal Pathway, the Infernal Pathway, LP red vinyl. Plus you get the digital version of it too. Red 45 RPM. Double LP gatefold vinyl 4-page insert, limited to 500 worldwide, includes unlimited streaming of the Infernal Pathway via the free Bandcamp app. Plus, you get a download, FLAC file, da-da-da. That's the one I picked up. There's a bigger version. There you go. Look at that. It's great cover art, by the way. Just fucking killer. Just awesome. Awesome looking cover art. Anyway, here's another version. So I think this is is that silver or is there a gray one? Let's look this up. Oh, it's silver. Okay, cool. All right, so $26 on the silver one. Silver, 45 RPM, double LP gatefold. Same sort of thing. Again, here, 500 worldwide. I thought that one was cool looking. I don't know if I have any silver in my collection, but I don't know. It just felt right to get the red version, to be honest with you guys. I think this may have sold out by the time I looked at it anyway, but the red one was the one I want. It felt right, you know. It always feels right listening to black metal on either black or red vinyl. So, yeah, listen to me be a snob about vinyl, I guess. Anyway, here's the black version. Same deal. This one's just says standard black vinyl variant. Unlimited streaming of the Infernal Pathway via the free Bandcamp app, plus download, all that other good stuff. So I don't know. That doesn't say if that one's a double LP 45 RPM. It doesn't say, but some of it, I had a hard time finding some of the information on as far as like the pressing numbers go, that sort of thing for this. It was hard to get everything together because they made some, Europe had some different versions than what North America did. So, I mean, you guys know the drill. When you do like these boutique runs of specific colors, that sort of thing, you get, seems like a dozen different colors and, just as many different pressing numbers, that sort of thing. So I'm not a completist for much of anything that I collect as far as music goes. I just kind of pick and choose whatever I'm into at any given time. So anyway, there's a black version of it. And let's see what this one is. Okay. Yeah. There we go. There's another black version of it. I forget what online store this is. See if I'll put it up on the screen. We're going to look at the links that the 1349 online store has, and we'll go over it here in a second. But anyway, Norwegian black metal titans 1349 have returned with their long-awaited 7th full album, The Infernal Pathway. The album promises a journey through chaos and madness, darkness and peril, terror and annihilation. Good times. So side A, B, C, and D. So that means, yeah, it's a double press. So, yeah, it looks like there was a double press 45 RPM version of the black too. So there you go. Bam. All right, what's next? So, okay, this is the actual 1349 website, which, by the way, guys, go check out their actual website. They have they've got some new content up on there. There's a video that they're pushing. That's the main page. That's just a quick screenshot because I didn't want to deal with putting the actual video up on the screen. It's just I'm just in a hurry. So anyway, there's that. There's the main page. And then you go to the online store, and then here it is. So this has all the links to where you can buy this from. You can see right there, European merch store, North American, the Season of Mist American store, the Season of Mist worldwide, and then 1349 at, what is that? What's that? Nesblood? Nesblood? I don't know what that is. I don't know how to say it. But anyway, we'll talk about that one here in a second because there's literally nothing there. So don't know what's going on with that online store. So I don't know. It was weird. Yeah. But anyway, okay. So first one up, this is the gold version. So there you go. Things cool looking. That's neat, given the cover art. I bet that one would be, that one would be cool to have. And then, make sure I'm not losing my place here. Okay, here's the yellow one. There you go. I found the least mentions about the yellow one. I I started to wonder if maybe it was a boot or somebody had counterfeited it, or I don't know, but I just couldn't find a lot of info on the yellow, but somebody has it. And then here is the silver one. Yeah, there's same thing. Double press, 4 sides. There you go. And then this was Season of Mist. This is the North American. This was 26. So at least the price point is all kind of fluctuating with the same, kind of $2 wiggle room. But there's that. Thing's cool looking. I believe that's the silver one again. I don't know if there was a gray version, but I think that was it. So this one, this is did I just show you guys this one? No, this is the international one. So worldwide Season of Mist shop. That looks like the black version. So there's a ton of places you guys can buy this, which is cool. And then there's North America Season of Mist. That looks like the black one too. Is it the black one? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it looks like the black one. And then there's the red one. So yeah, all the same thing. Looks like we had black, silver, red, yellow, and gold. Unless I'm missing something. But yeah, there's the red one for the Season of Mist North America shop, $26, which, comparable to Bandcamp. I don't mind paying a few bucks more on Bandcamp because you get the advantage of the actual be able to stream it at any point. And, my wife and I, we do, we have a good phone plan. So when I can't be home listening to vinyl, I'll load stuff on my phone or I'll listen to it on Bandcamp when I'm out running around and doing all that other stuff. So, all right. So here's this. What is it? Lifeblood. I'm not sure how to say that. I have no idea. But anyway, there's a link to it on the 1349, the online store, the actual shop on there. And it looked like it was, I don't know what's happening. There was nothing there. So maybe it's a defunct online store. It's not happening anymore. But just heads up, if you guys come across it, that's what I got. Or at least at the time I did this video. So that's what it looked like for me. So anyway, not sure what the fuck is going on there. But anyway, yeah, if you go to the Bandcamp, tons and tons of awesome merch, plus the actual 1349 online store. And there's, like I said, there's a ton of links you can buy from wherever you're at. I don't know how big these guys are in Europe, but I would imagine they're pretty well known, given that, there's an overlap with Frost and Satyricon have quite a bit of notoriety. So I would think that there's a lot of people buying from the European and worldwide store. So, but anyway, there you go, in case you guys are interested. So yeah, a lot of different versions. If you're a completist, you got a lot of stuff to catch up with. It's the strange thing about vinyl these days is that there's so many variations that it's extremely daunting to be able to keep up with everything. I was thinking about King Diamond, the live album that King Diamond did a couple years ago. I think they were doing Abigail in full. And I remember looking at I think it was what are they on? Roadrunner, maybe? I can't remember which label they're on, but just the sheer amount of variance for that album was ridiculous. I mean, it's cool if you're into it, but like I said, I'm not a completist with much regarding the bands that I collect. So I pick and choose. And that's, I went with the red one. We'll take a look at it here in a second. All right. Let's open this thing up. Okay, guys, before we dive into this, just a real quick heads up. If you guys have watched Vinyl Thursdays before, you know that my wife and I, we live in a fairly busy neighborhood, and the kiddo, right next to us. They have a little girl that lives with them, and I can hear her out on the porch playing right now. So if you guys hear a little bit of background noise, sorry, but they're good neighbors. I'm not going to walk over there and tell the kid to shut the hell up. So, but anyway, all right. So I kept the mailer that this came in, so you guys could take a look at it. If you haven't watched Vinyl Thursday before, I like to spend a little bit of time talking about how things come as far as shipping from bands, labels, distributors, whatever the case is. And Season of Mist really gets it right, in my opinion. I would say Season of Mist, Hell's Headbangers, Relapse, Prosthetic, they all really, really take a lot of care in the way that they're doing their packaging as far as mailing stuff to their customers, that sort of thing. So, just little things like seeing a Fragile sticker on the outside of the mailer is a good sign, in my opinion. They got it on both sides. And this thing is nice, rigid, sturdy. It's thick. It's got I'll open up here in a second, but it's got those little tabs that, kind of go back and forth on, each of the corners that help keep the LP in the place that it needs to be in. But yeah, really, they get it right. They know what they're doing. So just heads up if you're thinking about buying something from them and you haven't done it before. All right, so bubble wrap. And then before I forget too, just real quick, those are those tabs that I was talking about. You can see them right there. It just keeps everything together. But before we open up the actual album itself, just real quick, I did a little bit of digging to make a bit of an amendment onto the info that I gave on the online stuff. Did a little bit of checking as far as what the pressing numbers are looking like for the different variants. So I'm coming across yellow at 300, silver at 600, clear at 200, which is the least amount available via all the different variants. And I got red at 500, gold at 300, and then I keep coming across black at 1300. So that's going to be the one that's most readily available. I got the red one. Red is 500. I wouldn't mind, maybe I might grab a yellow one at some point down the road, but by that point, who knows? I'll probably find a Dokken album that I really want, and I'll snatch that thing up, and then I'll get focused on Gorgoroth or something for a while. So anyway, bubble wrap, which is nice. Save this, guys, because it might come in handy. If you do a trade with somebody, maybe you guys trade, one piece of vinyl for another one, that sort of thing. Just keep this stuff because, not that I always think everybody, your mom always kept like plastic bags or paper bags when you were little. And they would always be in this massive stack at the bottom of the cabinet when I lived at home with my mom and dad. And when you'd open up that bottom cabinet, like it was almost like it was like a can of snakes, it springs out at you because they're stuffed in there so tightly. But anyway, I think that's where I get it from. But like I said, hang on to this because it might come in handy, in case you make a trade or, whatever the case is, or I don't know, maybe you're traveling with something, who knows. But hang on to this stuff because you can make it work for you down the road. All right, so the first thing is Season of Mist. My experience has been a lot of the time, whenever you buy something, they stick a little catalog sheet inside of the actual LP, and it's just some cool notable stuff from other bands on the label. And I thought it was neat that they were doing print on demand, which is a great way for whoever's doing business to be able to cut costs to reduce loss. Print on demand, in case you guys don't know, I'm sure you do, but in case you don't, it's kind of like when you go to McDonald's and they make the cheeseburger in front of you. Same sort of thing. So this way, they just print the shirts to order as opposed to saying, we're going to order 5,000 shirts and then they only sell 2,000 and then they're sitting on 3,000 shirts that aren't going to sell and they don't really have much option other than to just mark them down and sell them at a reduced price, which eventually it's going to cut into cost. And then all of a sudden they're losing profit, that sort of thing. And I'm of the opinion that we want these labels to survive because this is how it helps bands survive. So just food for thought. Plus the roster on Season of Mist is really, really good right now, in my opinion. I was checking out, I think it was Septic Flesh the other day. And somebody else, who was it? Might have been Death. Is it Death Spell Omega? I think that's who I was looking. No, yeah. There's a Death Spell Omega shirt right there. That's awesome. Cool. But anyway, Season of Mist has a really good roster right now, and then some upcoming releases, that sort of thing. Granted, this is the Infernal Pathway has been out for quite a while, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show. But this is cool. This is neat. It's old school marketing, that sort of thing, which you guys know that when it comes to, if I receive extra sort of premiums with an album, I always keep it with that album. So I'll store this with the LP itself. I'll keep it inside of, everything all together. It's just, I don't know. That's part of me is completist. I save the hype stickers, any sort of random inserts, stuff like that sort of thing. And then set that aside. And then one other thing worth mentioning is that I had pulled them out already, but they tucked some cool, bits of swag. What is it? Stuff we all get swag, I think. But anyway, they tucked some stickers in here, and nice high quality stickers. Good stuff. And there's Cloak, by the way. You guys know I absolutely fucking adore Cloak. Such a good band. The Burning Dawn, I think that's the newest album. That other one before the Burning Dawn, what is it? Two Venomous Depths. That thing is so fucking jaw-droppingly good. That album is absolutely top-notch. It's kind of in the ballpark of maybe Tribulation, a heavier version of Tribulation, maybe meets, I don't know, Motorhead, I guess, just because of the gruff vocals, that sort of thing. But Cloak is so good, and it's to me, it's true to the term heavy metal. It's actual heavy metal, the genre. And they're just as players, good God, those guys are so fucking good. But anyway, yeah, go check out Cloak. And there's a Season of Mist sticker they put in there too. So I'll probably put the Cloak one on the car. Okay, so let's check out this amazing cover. Hype sticker though, yeah, but let's go over that first. All right, so transparent red double vinyl, strictly limited to 500 copies worldwide. The Infernal Pathway summons the beast of the abyss in all its fearsome, ferocious, and powerful splendor. Cut at 45 RPM for optimum fidelity. Recommended if you like Mayhem, Dark Funeral, and Marduk. Which, awesome. So we would talk about the 45 RPM thing too, real quick. So I don't really hear everybody have any kind of complaints as, cutting, pressing stuff at 45 RPM. I've never heard anybody be a dick about it. I don't know why they would. But reason is the rationale is that if you cut it at 45 RPM, you're going to put a little more space between the grooves, and that's just good for sound quality. And then two, the speed, it gives you good needle response, actually, the actual cartridge, the needle that's carrying the sound from the LP to your speakers. You get a great response out of the actual needle itself, that sort of thing. So I don't know have I talked about anything on 45 RPM on Vinyl Thursday? Yes. Doyle, As We Die. I think my copy of As We Die by Doyle is pressed on 45. So yeah, and I would agree. I think the sound quality, it's a little bit better. So plus it's cool too. You get 2 LPs instead of 1, which I think is neat. But there you go. All right, hype sticker. I'll cut it out later. or store it later, that sort of thing. All right, so let's take a look at this badass cover real quick. A little bit of paper dust from the inner sleeve. But man, oh man, is that an awesome looking cover. Black and gold was a really good combination for this because it looks just fucking ferocious. It's amazing looking. 1349's visuals are cool, are really, really cool. I think, I was thinking about it the other day, or was I talking to somebody? But I think maybe, I can't remember what it was, but started the third way. Why did they go with the name 1349? I think it's the first year that the Black Plague hit Europe, I believe. So cool, you know, cool little macabre, morbid reference there. There's the back cover. There's paper dust everywhere. Super cool. 4 sides. Yeah, I'm super excited about this thing. So I've looked at the gatefold already. I saw I think I saw a picture of it online, maybe. I think that's what it was. But yeah, thing is super fucking cool. Check that thing out. That illustration is bad ass. So my older brother, Derek, he pops in on the Music the Lifeblood podcast sometimes. He's our roving reporter on the Music the Lifeblood podcast. We send him out on weird ass assignments all the time. But anyway, my brother's an illustrator. You know, he's an actual educated illustrator. Like, he went to university, studied it, you know, just really, really honed in his artistic skills. And he's a designer now. That's what he does. Derek he creates most of Music the Lifeblood's graphics and stuff. So I have an idea for something. I'll go, hey, can you turn this into it? And he's all over it. And he's designed some shirts for us too. So, but anyway, when Derek was in college, Derek is about 7 years older than me, I guess, depending on what time of year you ask him. Sometimes it's 6 years, sometimes it's 7 years, but, our birthdays, you know, the way birthdays fall, that sort of thing. And Derek was really into an illustrator named Bernie Wrightson. And Bernie Wrightson did this amazing, amazing version, an illustrative version of Frankenstein. And Derek had that book around the house when I was young, still living with mom and dad right before he moved out. And so I got to look at that thing quite a bit. And Bernie draws in a way that he utilizes cross-hatching, which is, you know, similar to this. It's in the same ballpark. And I remember just being just astounded by Bernie's artistic style. And this reminds me of that. You know, it makes me think of that, which just, this thing is fucking cool looking. Just an awesome gatefold. It's just badass looking. I got Derek an autographed, Bernie Wrightson autographed print of one of the scenes from Frankenstein a while back, and he was super excited about it. But I don't know. Anyway, this made me think of that. So just a cool looking gatefold, just badass. Love it. All right, so we got an insert to look at. Find it in here. Be careful about pulling it out. I always get scared I'm going to rip something. Man, it is in there. There we go. Okay, so looks like we got lyrics and credits. Where's the fold at? There we go. Cool design work on this too. Yeah, the color scheme is badass. You guys have heard me geek out about, you know, how the album sleeve, the cover, the gatefold, the insert, it's just an extension of the music itself. I mean, I like that bands can extend their musical art into visual, whether it's directing videos or album covers, stuff like that. This is a cool looking, it fits 1349, if that makes sense. There it is, open. I think I mentioned Enter Cold Void Dreaming as the song that I'm drawn to so far. I think Deeper Still is a really good song as well. I think the first thing I heard off of this was Towers Upon Towers, I think. I think that was the first song I heard. I remember, might have been when I found it on Bandcamp. I think that was the first one I listened to. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Awesome. Credits down here too. Okay, looks like cover painting and illustrations by, looks like Jordan Barlow. Instagram at Jordan Barlow Art. Layout by Raven. And was that Adrian Bowsen? Maybe? But anyway, yeah, it looks like Jordan Barlow. JordanBarlowart. That's his Instagram handle. So, yeah, go check him out. Yeah, super cool looking stuff. Here's the front of it again. Trying to avoid that glare. Sorry, guys. The Music the Lifeblood bunker is in a super big room. But, yeah, this thing's awesome. All right, so let's check out the LP. Okay. Set this out of the way. All right, so yeah, we got two here. Let's take a look at these labels first. Let's see if we can find side one. There we go. It's a good shot of side one. Cool label. Is that side three? They're skipping around. Oh, I see what they did. they did 1349. Duh. So 1, 3, 4, and 9. It's ridiculous that I didn't catch that. Jesus. There's the 4. Then there's the 9. Cool idea. Yeah. Super neat idea on their part. It's funny. I feel stupid that I didn't even catch it. Yeah. I guess we're, you guys are hearing it as I'm going through it. So, all right. Yeah. Let's take a look at the LP. What's in there? Here, let me get a better grip. There we go. Trying to avoid that static. You guys know the drill when it comes to static discharge on your... Make sure you get rid of the static before you put it on the turntable and before you put them away, because it's going to attract dust. Get this real quick. Get all that sort of paper fuzz from... There we go. So yeah, cool looking red. Opaque. Super neat looking. That's side 1, there's side 3. Yeah. That's cool looking. See if it's... Yeah, it's in good shape too. No warping. Good quality control on a seized and miss part. All right, and then this other one. Sure we get all that static discharged. Okay. There's side 4. And there's side 9. It's a cool shade of red too. Crimson. There's a little bit of, I can see it. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to pick it up on the camera, but there's a little bit of fogginess to the vinyl. You know, some slight inconsistencies in how transparent, translucent, opaque, whatever you want to call it, how it is. But it creates just a little bit of a fog effect. I'll snap a picture of it so you guys can see it backlighted. And you can see what they look like. But I love those. I love taking those backlit photos of vinyl. It just looks so cool. But yeah, I'll hold it up to my light real quick. Yeah, there's a cool kind of swirling fog effect to it. Really neat looking. Look at this other one real quick. Yeah, that's awesome looking. Yeah, I'll put up, throw up some pictures so you guys can see it. Man, that looks cool. Really, really cool. I love stuff like that. So this album, like I mentioned, there's a pronounced thrash, blackened thrash, thrackened blash, I said at the top of the episode. But I think their catalog has some really, really neat variety in it. I think the album that I'm most drawn to is probably Beyond the Apocalypse. That album is just absolutely fucking vicious. Just vicious. There's a song called Perished in Pain on there, I think. I think it's on Beyond the Apocalypse, but I really, really like that song. And two, the Revelations of the Black Flame, that's been a while ago, I think. I can't remember what year it was, but that's the one they had Tom from Celtic Frost. Or was it, you guys say Celtic or Celtic? But anyway, and Hellhammer too, obviously. But I like Celtic Frost. I like them. But I also really like the mixing job that Tom did on Revelations of the Black Flame. They had, I could have swore I saw an interview with singer of 1349. I think was it Raven, I think. But anyway, they were talking. Tom from Celtic Frost was there, and they were just kind of chit chatting about the sort of working dynamic between the two of them. And Celtic Frost is an important band, in my opinion, especially to the genesis of extreme metal. I think a lot of people tend to talk a lot about To Megatherion, the Celtic Frost album. There's some bombast to that album. It's really, 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 really good album. Plus, too, think, the influence that Hellhammer had on extreme metal, black metal, sort of the proto black metal thing that was happening with Venom, Hellhammer, and then eventually Bathory kind of picks up the ball and runs with it. But yeah, Tom from Celtic Frost, vocally, dude is absolutely badass. And then I think Massive Cauldron of Chaos, that's not been that long ago when it came out. I remember kind of checking in on 1349 and paying attention to that album. I thought it was good. That's the one with the white cover. I think they sort of deviated from the black cover art for that album. But yeah, there's some cool cool little ebb and flowing kind of stuff. You know, peaks and valleys within the 1349 catalog as far as like the intensity of the black metal element, the intensity of, you know, some of that sort of black and thrash stuff in the catalog. But it's all, they're just a good fucking band. You know, I think everybody has a tendency to talk about Frost, you know, as a drummer because, you know, he's got a lot of notoriety. You know, he's got a lot going on playing in Satyricon too. So, but anyway, all right, let's take one last look at everything. There's the hype sticker again. I'll throw up a picture of it so you guys can see it, but cool looking hype sticker. They put the little ornate sort of filigree stuff around the edges of the hype sticker too, which cool, you know, fits the visual motif, I guess. Let's take a look at this cover one last time. God, that thing's awesome. Here's the back cover. Sorry about the glare, guys. It's not always the easiest thing to light what's supposed to be a bedroom. But anyway, there's the gatefold. Fucking killer. God, that's an awesome piece of art. Man. God, that's badass. Jesus Christ. And then let's do the insert. Ooh. First, second, third, and the fourth page. Again, that artist, his name is Jordan Barlow. Instagram at Jordan Barlow Art. So go check him out. Man. Awesome. Awesome album. Awesome band, too. Okay, guys. There you go. 1349, The Infernal Pathway. All right, guys, that's it for this week's edition of Vinyl Thursday. What do you think of 1349's The Infernal Pathway? Did you love it? Did you not pick it up? Were you too busy listening to Def Leppard? I was. Yeah, absolutely. I just got wrapped up listening to High and Dry. Didn't have time to fit anything else in. Anyway, subscribe button, notification bell, all that horse shit. Don't forget to check out the podcast or Conversation from the Pit. Social media horse shit, blah, 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 blah. I get tired of saying this at the end of the episode. So, that's it. Music with Lifeblood. Something old. Something new. Venom. Hey folks, don't forget you can support Music to Lifeblood by buying some of our shit. Go to teechip.com and check out the MTLB-ULTRA-MEGA-STORE. Tons of fun stuff. Coffee mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, all kinds of shit. So you look cool for once. All right. Fucking merch.